Messi and Ronaldo are almost 40 years old, but today we're going to turn back the clock and make them 18 years old again to see who would win in a race to 3 Ballon d'Ors. Ronaldo will be starting off at Real Madrid and Messi will be at Barcelona, but both of them are facing competition in the starting 11. They're also 80 overall, so they'll have to earn the playing time. And as you would expect, they would make the most out of that opportunity by showcasing their skills in different ways. Ronaldo was the flashiest of the two players, but behind that flair was a natural goal scorer, and he would end his rookie season with 18 goals and 8 assists across all competitions. Messi also had a good rookie season by not only showcasing his playmaking ability, but his eye for goal. He would end his season with 13 goals and 15 assists. But we already have our first roadblock, because in the race for the Ballon d'Or, it wouldn't be either of them. So Vinny ends up winning the Ballon d'Or. I mean, he had a crazy season, 38 goals and 13 assists across all competitions. Real Madrid would also be taking home 2 trophies as they won La Liga and the Copa de España, which was enough for Ronaldo to win 2024 Young Player of the Year. Going into season 2, Ronaldo and Messi have progressed to an 84 overall, with Ronaldo taking his goal tally from 18 goals to 32 goals and 12 assists, while Messi took his goal tally to 20 goals and 8 assists. Ronaldo improved the most throughout the season, and between the two, he's the first to win an individual trophy, taking the Player of the Season award. Both Real Madrid and Barcelona would make deep runs in the Champions League, which would lead to the 2 rising stars meeting in the finals. Messi would help Barcelona take a 1-0 lead, but Ronaldo would level things up minutes later. Both stars would live up to the buzz surrounding them, but only one could lift the trophy, and Messi would put himself one step closer with this moment of brilliance. Lewandowski would take advantage of a defensive mistake to double their lead, and Barcelona would hold on to win the Champions League. Disappointment on one end and pure excitement on the other. So Messi takes home the Champions League and Ronaldo misses out on La Liga by 1 point. In year 3, both stars have continued to progress and are now in the upper 80s. Ronaldo picked up exactly where he left off by lighting the league on fire, cementing himself as one of the top goal threats in the league. Losing the Champions League final was not a setback for this Madrid team, as they sit top of the table, picking up wins after wins, but the same can't be said about Barcelona, as they started the season poorly, sitting 9th in the league table. Their troubles would continue as they bow out of the Champions League in the group stage. Last year's Champions League winners are bottom of the table. I didn't see that one coming at all. Madrid had their eyes set on the trophy, and on their way to accomplishing their goal of lifting it, they went on to put a dominating performance against Roma. They would advance to the quarterfinals, where Ronaldo met a Manchester City team with a goal scorer just as dominant as him, but would eventually pull through with a win in a very close match. The semifinals versus an overperforming Porto team was far from a low-scoring affair, and Madrid would find themselves down a goal late in the game. The experience from last year's defeat to Barcelona would help them dig deep to find an equalizer at the 88th minute via Vinicius Jr. Real Madrid had the chance to win it late in the game, but Diogo Costa made an unbelievable save on Ronaldo to keep the game alive. Ronaldo was starting to become known as a player of big moments, and when the team needed him the most, he delivered. Ronaldo delivers a 93rd minute winner to send Real Madrid to the finals, where they will face a Monaco team that took down Celtic, Lazio, and Liverpool. Having already scored 10 goals in this Champions League campaign, Ronaldo would add another one at the 41st minute, showcasing his athletic ability. Real Madrid would double their lead, this time by Vinicius Jr., but Monaco were resilient and managed to cut the lead to 1. However, in the end, they didn't have enough quality to compete against this Madrid team, and they would hold on to win it all. So Ronaldo gets his first Champions League trophy. Now, what will be interesting to see is if he can accomplish the three-peat. We'll have to find out. Ronaldo also claims the league title as Real Madrid win on goal differential. In year 4, it was clear that Messi was playing catch-up to Ronaldo, and after a disappointing season, it was time for him to silence the doubters. Barca would make new signings to strengthen the squad, and it would pay off as they find themselves in a much better position this year compared to last. The duo of Messi and Rodrigo would also help Barcelona clinch a spot in the round of 16, where they would come up against Dortmund, which they would beat by a scoreline of 2-1. Another German side would fall on the opposite side of the table as Real Madrid defeat Bayern Munich to move on to the quarterfinals, where they would meet Atletico Madrid. The Madrid derby was tied 1-1 going into the second leg, but Ronaldo would eventually find the game winner that would clinch a semi-final appearance versus Arsenal. In the quarterfinals, Barca would find a way to come back against Inter after being down 2-1 on aggregate, and they would fly to Manchester to face off against City. I'm actually surprised that they were able to pull this off, and it's looking like we might have another Ronaldo versus Messi final. Real Madrid is currently the best attacking team in the world, and Arsenal had
had no answer for Ronaldo and Vini as they lead Real Madrid to comfortable wins in both legs. Ronaldo is now waiting like the rest of us to see if Barca can take down Manchester City.
Messi is having himself a career year, having already scored 40 goals across all competitions. However, it wasn't enough to lead Barca to a league title as Real Madrid clinched it in the final game week.
Messi's year was about proving the doubters wrong and couldn't allow Ronaldo to win both the domestic title and Champions League trophy 2 years in a row. That motivated him, and he went on to put an incredible performance in the second leg against City, where his brace was enough to secure Barca the win, which means we get to see another Ronaldo versus Messi final. Facing off against Ronaldo is no easy task, but Barca's backline was able to stop him early on. However, this Madrid team is too well-rounded, and while they focused on shutting down Cristiano, Jude was left unmarked and gives Madrid the lead. While Messi was quiet for most of the game, he would find a way to get involved as he provides the equalizing assist to Pedri late in the second half. As we get closer to extra time, a tense feeling would surround the stadium, but there's one player that strives in that environment.
Here comes Ronaldo, and he scores! Of course he scores!
Ronaldo stuns Barcelona at the 88th minute, and that would end up being the game winner. Real Madrid win the league title and the Champions League in back-to-back seasons, and there's seemingly nothing that's stopping them from accomplishing the three-peat next year.
To cap off an incredible season, Ronaldo also takes home his first Ballon d'Or. It took 4 years, but Ronaldo takes the lead in the race to 3 Ballon d'Ors.
The disparity between the two stars is starting to show, as Ronaldo is now a 96 overall, the highest in this Madrid team. On the other hand, Messi is a 93 overall, but he is far behind Ronaldo in terms of titles and individual trophies. If something was going to change, it had to be soon. For some reason, this Barcelona squad can't stop Real Madrid, and it's not like Messi is playing with bad players either. Pedri and Rodrigo are well in their 90s, but still a major signing felt necessary. We have breaking transfer news. Kylian Mbappe agrees to sign a long-term contract with FC Barcelona.
I don't know how they were able to afford him, but Barcelona's answer to stopping Ronaldo is signing Mbappe. Having already poached Rodrigo away from Real Madrid a couple years ago, and now with the signing of Mbappe, Barcelona have the world's best attacking front three. The fans were getting used to seeing high-scoring games and were excited with the idea of returning to winning ways, but unfortunately, not everything goes to plan. Messi would go on to injure his ankle, and his return isn't expected until later in the season. The three-peat in the domestic league and the Champions League is basically up for grabs if Ronaldo wants it.
And in fact, it was business as usual as Madrid secured their third league title in a row. However, they weren't able to accomplish this in the Champions League as they bowed in the quarterfinals, losing to Bayern Leverkusen.
Wow, that is a massive choke. On the other hand, Messi would return right on time to take Barcelona on a deep Champions League run, beating Olympique Marseille, Atletico Madrid, and Real Sociedad, booking a trip to the finals where Mbappe would be facing off against his former club. Messi hasn't won a title since his second year, and he was looking to change that. He hasn't skipped a beat since his return from injury, and he would be instrumental in giving his team a 2-0 lead. PSG, however, would manage to claw their way back into the game with a goal of their own, but Mbappe would put that hope to rest as he scores Barca's third goal of the night. It didn't even matter that PSG would score late in stoppage time, it was simply too little, too late. Injured for the majority of the season, but still manages to win the Champions League. That's not a terrible season in my opinion. Being injured for the majority of the season, Messi wasn't in contention for the Ballon d'Or, and Ronaldo would take his second one home as his 48-goal campaign edges it from Mbappe. I really thought the Champions League was going to sway the vote towards Mbappe, but Ronaldo is on 2, and he's 1 away from winning the race. Messi is now a 96 overall and is heading into a crucial year. He's 2 Ballon d'Ors behind Ronaldo, and if he wants to keep this race alive, he needs to have a career year. Barcelona started the year strong with Messi being the key man behind every goal, and he would carry this form in every single competition. With every goal and assist Messi was collecting, Ronaldo was doing the same thing, but this time Real Madrid couldn't keep up with Barcelona's form. Losing both El Clasicos did not help their title race odds, and a dip in form from other players was another reason as to why they couldn't stay consistent. Their struggles would continue in the Champions League as they bow out once again, this time in the semifinals. On the other hand, Barca would maintain their winning form all year, first taking home the Copa de España and the league title by a margin of 2 points. Messi's career year would be far from over, and with Barcelona being the most informed team in the world, they would assert their dominance in the Champions League, taking down Manchester United in the round of 16. They would go on to impose the same fate to Bayern Munich in the quarterfinals, beating them 4-1 on aggregate score, and Arsenal in the semifinals by a scoreline of 5-2. Barcelona advanced to the finals of the Champions League, where they would have to face off against a resilient Inter Milan team who had just claimed the Serie A title. Even though Inter were a strong team, the outcome of this game almost felt inevitable, and in fact, the Barcelona offense led by Messi, Mbappe, and Rodrigo was too strong to contain, with the final result being a 3-1 victory. And that is a treble-winning season for Messi and Barcelona. That's incredible. That is a feature that Ronaldo has yet to accomplish, and to cap off an incredible year, Messi would go on to win his first Ballon d'Or. After all these years, we might finally have a race on our hands. Going into year 7, Ronaldo trained even harder in the offseason and is now a 99 overall. Witnessing what Messi was able to accomplish on a personal and club level was a big source of motivation, not only for Ronaldo, who is back to leading his team in goal scoring, but also for the core of the group who had a lackluster year. Vinicius and Jude, who only combined for 20 goals last year, would bring that tally up to 35, and they would also improve defensively, dropping fewer points than last year. Messi, on the other hand, after an incredible year, has closed the gap with Ronaldo and is now a 98 overall. Even though he is flanked by two incredible world-class players in Mbappe and Rodrigo, he is still the main man of this team. Every attack continues to be led by him, and analytics are suggesting that he's on pace of surpassing last year's personal stats. After a treble-winning season, Messi and Barcelona had the chance to accomplish the three-peat in the Champions League. However, there's more than one team looking to play the spoiler. Manchester City, who is led by a 97-rated Haaland and a 93-rated Foden, are looking to put an end to both Messi and Ronaldo's hype train, and these teams are set to collide in the semifinals and potentially the finals. Real Madrid first has to go through Dortmund, who they beat 1-0 in the first leg, but the second leg would be a lot more complicated. Trailing at home, it would take another moment of brilliance from Ronaldo, this time from a free kick, to push Madrid into a finals appearance where they would have to await their opponent. On the other end, Manchester City would visit Barcelona after a scoreless first leg, with Messi making some interesting pre-match comments. Needless to say, some of the City players did not take lightly to those words, and they let him know. Messi wouldn't let the extra physicality faze him, and he would give Barcelona the lead at the 65th minute, taunting City in his celebration. However, that might not have been the smartest thing to do, as that would immediately backfire as Haaland would level things up minutes later. With both teams being so tactical, this game was seemingly headed towards extra time. However, at the 85th minute, the Camp Nou was stunned. Haaland would score a goal out of this world set up by Foden, and he made sure to celebrate in front of the cameras. And just like that, the three-peat dream is over. That's crazy. Real Madrid finally know who awaits them in the finals. However, there's much more than a Champions League trophy at stake. Haaland is likely to be amongst the Ballon d'Or finalists this year, and this game could have a huge sway in the votes. Real Madrid have also been knocked out of this competition 2 years in a row, so they're looking to set the tone right off the start. Ronaldo clearly thinks he's the best player in the world, and he would put the City backline on watch, scoring only 4 minutes into the first half. This game, however, wasn't a one-sided affair, so it was only normal for City to slowly grow into the game, with Haaland finally getting involved in the build-up to the first goal. He was proving to be a handful for the Real Madrid backline, just like he said he would, and he would back that up by scoring right before the half. This wasn't an unfamiliar situation for Ronaldo, who's found himself here before, and he strives in these moments. Vinny would spot him making a run in behind, and there was no way he was going to miss that opportunity, leveling the game at 2, with penalties eventually being needed. Both teams are perfect so far. I'm too nervous to watch. Ronaldo would go on to convert his penalty, and now he needs a little bit of help from his keeper. Courtois saves Walker's penalty. Madrid win the Champions League. As the year comes to an end, Ronaldo would finish the season with a total of 67 goals across all competitions, and winning 2 titles would ultimately earn him his 3rd Ballon d'Or, winning the race over Messi.